Good afternoon. I am Brother Zachary, chaplain for pastoral care here at Community Church, and I welcome you on behalf of our ministry team, our staff, and all our lay leaders. It is good to be together, both in person and online. Community Church is a multiracial, multicultural, multi-generational congregation with a vision and commitment to build a world grounded in equity and inclusion. With me today is Reverend Jude Geiger, our Minister for Community Engagement, Jerry Brown, whom we heard on the organ, our Director of Music, Darnell White, our musician in residence, and our talented choir. Community Church is in transition. We have sold our church building and are in the process of finding another in this neighborhood. We are guests here at Church of the Incarnation in the meantime, for which we are grateful, even if this beautiful space isn't fully reflective of our theology. Children are always welcome during worship. Feel free to move around the space or to join children's programming normally happening in the loft up these stairs. The sound of babies crying or children fidgeting is a beautiful part of being in community. Masks are optional. We ask that everyone be respectful of each other's decisions and the need for personal space. If you have a cold, please consider masking or moving to a space in the room where you are less likely to infect others. Today's service is our annual Music Sunday, entitled Joy, Perseverance, and Humor. And for our opening hymn, number 368, Now Let Us Sing, Please Rise in Body or in Spirit.
Good afternoon, everyone.
Good afternoon.
Our call to worship today is from the Reverend Meg Barnhouse. She's my birthday twin. We're born on the same day, but not the same year. And she's just recently retired out of Austin, Texas. This is called Joy in Ordinary Time. My mama was a second grade teacher at the Gladwin Elementary School in the rich suburbs of Philadelphia. She loved the children, but she was shy with the parents who were financiers, pro ball players, and attorneys, members of the junior league, cricket clubs, fox hunting clubs. For Christmas, she would get amazing presents. One year, she got a bottle of Joy perfume, then $150 an ounce. I don't know that she ever wore it. She was keeping it for a special occasion. She kept it so long that it finally evaporated. About other things, she was more open-handed. We had grandfather's china and silver, which she often used. That's what they're meant for, to be used, she'd say. No sense in saving them. You never see them all at all that way. That open-handedness didn't extend to her own person. She wore sensible clothes, comfortable shoes, white cotton underwear. She had grown up the child of missionaries, and whether she wanted it or not, that background was deep in her. She looked respectable and kind. She was cute and cheerful and funny. Joy perfume didn't fit who she seemed to be. A daughter never sees all the sides of her mother, though. It makes me smile to think that she harbored a hope that there would come an occasion where it could be her, where she might walk into a room smelling rich and sophisticated, cherished and valued, where it would just be the thing for her to wear. She let my sister and me smell it whenever we wanted to. The bottle sat like an honored but intimidating guest on her dresser. Whenever we smelled it, we marveled at how much it cost. I don't remember it ever occurring to me to wear it. I want to let this lesson deep into me. Celebrate the body, the trooper of a body that carries you through life, that pleasures you and lets you dance. Celebrate your body now, before you have lost the weight, before you get your muscle definition, before you feel justified by the harsh eyes of your expectations. Celebrate being alive, drawing breath. Celebrate that you are achingly sad today and that it will pass. It is good to be able to feel feelings. Celebrate that there was a love so big and good that it hurts to lose it. That there was a time so sweet that you ache remembering. Celebrate those things. Honor the flowering of the tomato plants, the opening of the daylilies, the lemon smell of magnolias. Honor the ache of your heart and the tears falling. Life is mostly ordinary time. Ordinary time shot through with light and pain and love. Lavish joy on ordinary time. Hope is a wonderful thing, but not if it makes you put off splashing yourself with joy. This is from her book, Waking Up the Karma Fairy, Life Lessons and Other Holy Adventures. We now light our chalice, first sung, then spoken. Please join me, and may the lighting of our chalice today bring peace to our hearts.
We light this candle, the flame of our heritage. May it ignite hope in our lives, in our community, and in the world. Please join me as we share together the unison affirmation. Unto the Church Universal, which is the depository of all ancient wisdom and the school of all modern thought, which recognizes in all prophets a harmony, in all scriptures a unity, and through all dispensations a continuity, which abjures all that separates and divides, and always magnifies humanity and peace, which seeks truth in freedom, justice in love, and individual discipline in social duty, and which shall make of all persons one beloved community. Unto this church and unto all its members, known and unknown throughout the world, we pledge the allegiance of our hands and hearts. Thank you. Please join me as together we recite our land acknowledgement found in your bulletin. We are gathered on the unceded land of the Lenape peoples. We acknowledge the Lenape community, their elders, both past and present, as well as future generations. This acknowledgement demonstrates a commitment to dismantling the ongoing legacies of settler colonialism. Now you are invited to greet your neighbor. Please do so in COVID-safe ways.
I invite everyone back to their seats. In a moment, we'll enter into a time of silence. Preceding that, we'll hear a chime to help us center into this moment, remembering that with all the wiggles and sneezes and coughs of the world, it's not about the perfection of silence, but the intention. Chime with me now. Our prayer this afternoon is from the Reverend Maureen Killeran. prayer in a time of awe. Holy godparents of the universe, energies of creation, endless mysteries of life, you are the music that sounded before our world was born, sound and silence woven throughout the ages, far beyond the most profound wisdom humanity has been able to touch. Be with us. Deepen our willingness to live without certainty, to take the risks of living on the edges of our creativity, to step beyond the boundaries of possibility and hope. Help us to always remember that we are in our essence the magic of star stuff, that we are kin to all that is and was and may yet come to be. Teach us to temper our impatience, to retain our conviction that what we do makes a difference, that even our smallest act can contribute to the good of a greater whole. Be with me in my uncertainties. Rejoice with my small triumphs, comfort my losses. Remind me I am never alone, not in my joys or in my tears. In the blessing of our silence, may I feel your presence, something greater than I have yet to be able to comprehend. Amen, and blessed be.
This is the moment, this is the day, when I send all my doubts and demons on their way. Every endeavor I have made ever is coming into play, is here and now today. This is the moment, this is the time, when the momentum and the moment are in rhyme. Give me this moment, this precious chance. I'll gather up my past and make some sense at last. This is the moment when all I've done, all the dreaming, scheming, and screaming become one. This is the day, see it sparkle and shine, when all I've lived for becomes mine. For all these years I faced the world alone, and now the time has come to prove to them I've made it on my own. This is a moment, my final test. Destiny beckoned, I never reckoned second best. I won't look down, I must not fall. This is the moment, the sweetest moment of them all. This is the moment, damn all the odds. This day or never, I sit forever with the gods. When I look back, I will always recall, moment for moment, this was the moment, the greatest moment of them all.
Gorgeous. Thank you. So you might notice on this Music Sunday, we're doing things a little differently than usual. In lieu of a sermon, I'm telling 3 stories. You heard one before, Joy in Ordinary Times. And the second story will involve a bunch of other people too. Our dancers, Omega dancers, are going to, they've prepared a piece to go along with the story. It's called The Stream, and Darnell will be on piano. This is a traditional Sufi story. High in the far-off mountains, a little stream sprang from its hidden source. It flowed down the mountainside through all kinds of different terrain, sometimes leaping and bubbling, sometimes drifting lazily, or going underground. But it was never stopped by any obstacle that may have gotten in its way. One day, it reached the edge of a vast desert, just one more obstacle to overcome, it thought. Nothing has ever stopped me flowing, and I shall surely overcome this obstacle too. And so, the stream flung itself at the desert. But each time it did so, its waters simply disappeared, trickling away into nothingness, swallowed up by the dry, hot sand. But the stream was not deterred. If its destiny was to cross the desert, then it would surely find a way. If this wind can cross the desert, so can the stream, it thought to itself. And the desert sand seemed to echo back those words. The winds cross the desert, and so can the stream. And so began a conversation of sorts between the stream and the desert. The desert sand. I know I must cross this desert, the stream thought. The stream told the sand, but every time I try, the sand swallows me up. No matter how hard I fling myself at the desert, I don't get any further. The desert replied, you won't be able to cross the desert using the old methods that worked for you further up the mountain. It is no use hurling yourself at the desert like this. You're only going to lose yourself by being absorbed into the wind. The desert sensed the stream's fears and tried to offer reassurance. That's what the wind does. It told the stream, trust me and trust the wind. If you let yourself be absorbed by the wind, it will carry you across the desert and let you fall again on the other side to be a stream again. The stream wasn't convinced, but I won't be the same stream that I am now. I won't be this particular stream. The desert understood the dilemma, but the desert also understood the mystery. You certainly won't be the same stream you are now if you fling yourself into the sand and turn into a marsh. But let the wind carry you across the desert, and the real heart of you, the essence of everything that you are, truly are, will be born again on the other side, to flow a new course, to be a river that you can't even imagine from where you are standing right now. The stream thought for a while, and something deep in its heart had a memory of a wind that could be trusted, and a horizon that was always out of reach, but was always a new beginning. So the stream took a deep breath and surrendered to the power of the wind. The wind raised up the vapor of the little stream and carried its strong and loving arms far beyond the horizon, high above the hot desert sand, and let it fall again, softly, at the top of a new mountain, far away. And the stream began to understand who it really was and what it meant to be a stream. Amazing. Thank you both. Thank you all. And now for our choir anthem, We Are the Keepers of the Earth. So our third story is a contemporary one written by Janine Groschmeyer. She is a Unitarian Universalist author. It's interactive, so I'm going to need your help in the story. Nod, if you understand that. Yeah? Okay, good. It'll be clear when the points come up. I'll prompt you. And it's called The Rooster Who Learned to Crow. There once was a farm that was practically perfect in every way, but it did not have a rooster to wake the farmer up in the morning. And the farmer, not getting up in time, wasn't there in time to milk the cows. So the cows couldn't get the grass, eat it with dew on it, which is incidentally the best type of grass to eat when the dew's on it. Well, time went on, and Miss Hen moved in with her family of a bunch of little chicks, and all the other animals in the farmyard got excited. Mr. Pig said, maybe one of them one day will be a rooster. And they went on their way, and time went on, and Mr. Pig went up to Mama Hen and said, excuse me, being polite, because Mr. Pig was exceedingly polite, always, asked her, do you think one of your chicks might grow up someday to be a rooster? And she was a little taken back by the question, but she assumed the best of intentions in the moment and said, well, it's possible one of them will grow up to be a rooster. Sure, I think so. And time went on. Well, one of those chicks did grow up to have long tail feathers, a big cockscomb top of their head, and the problem was that rooster was moping about. They didn't know how to crow. like a rooster. They'd never seen one before. And all the other animals came over and tried to help out. Mr. Pig came up first and said, I think I know how a rooster sounds. Let me do my best. And he got up on a pile of manure and squiggled his curly-Q tail and made his best impersonation of a rooster crow. But he didn't sound like a rooster. He sounded like a pig. What do you think came out of his mouth? This is a robust Mr. Pig. I know we're all city folk, okay? Right. And the rooster just shook his head and said, I'm sorry, that's just not gonna, I don't think that works. And this went on. The sheep came out and tried to help. And what did the sheep sound like? There are more sheep in Manhattan than pigs. Excellent. Okay. And the rooster just was so dejected. This went on with the cows and on and on. And, oh, yeah, go ahead. Go, great. Okay, yeah, awesome. Free-range cows, organic. Ribbit? No. There were no frogs on the farm. I'll add that next story, though. Thank you. And the rooster said, I really appreciate it, everybody. You're doing your best to help out, but I'm never really going to learn how to do this. And Mr. Cat came over, and Cat said to the rooster, we're going to love you for who you are and how you are, whether or not you know how to crow. And besides, I'm not a morning person. I don't want you waking me up in the morning. The cat is after my own heart, okay? But have you ever tried to just crow yourself? I mean, you're more rooster than the rest of us. And he thought, I guess I should give it a try. And he jumped up on the fence, waved his tail feathers and his coxcomb on the top of his head, and made the best sound he could as a rooster. What do you think it sounded like? Try it again. There once was a farm that was practically perfect in every way, and it had a rooster that crowed in the morning in time to wake up the farmer, who got up in time to get his paper, who got up in time to milk the cows. So they managed to get up in time to eat the grass when it was fresh with dew, which incidentally happens to be the best time to eat the grass. I invite you all to rise in body or in spirit and sing our next hymn in the Teal hymnal, 1028, The Fire of Commitment, with our Omega dancers, our choir, and drum.
Life at Community Church is busy, whether we are online or in person. It is our hope that wherever you are and in whatever way you are comfortable engaging in the mission and ministry of this church, that we have provided opportunities for you. If you are streaming this service live and would like to join others in fellowship, please click the link on our webpage at 3 p.m. to enter our Zoom room. For everyone's safety, your cameras will need to be on. Are you new to this community? Curious about how to get more involved? Maybe even to join this church? Well, a week from today, next Sunday, newcomers are invited to join Spiritual Journeys, CCNY's Path to Membership class. RSVPs are required, so please reach out to Reverend Jude if you are interested. Last but not least, people from the Lenape community will be meeting with us on Tuesday, May 23rd, to talk about Lenape history and to think together about healing and relationship building. Please join us. It would be good for so many of our members to join in this conversation in particular. It will take place in our main Zoom room. Again, that's Tuesday, May 23rd. We are a 7-day church. We have programs running every day of the week. You can find more information in the program or on our website. Our ushers will now pass a plate for our collection. If you are new here, please let the plate go by you with no pressure to give. We are glad for your presence. All gifts are accepted in gratitude.
I'm mildly envious, Brother Zachary, that I didn't keep up my clarinet lessons in high school. It was beautiful. I invite you to join with me in reading our in unison spoken, our chalice extinguishing. Knowing how quickly the flame of truth may be extinguished, how easily the chalice of fellowship broken, let us be vigilant in faith, keep peace in our hearts, and may care for one another the watchword of our lives together. So our light goes out everywhere into the world. For those who see God, may God be with us. For those who embrace life, may life return our affections. For those who seek a right way, may a path be found, knowing that this is the day we are given. Let us rejoice and be glad in it. Amen.
A new day coming round. See a beautiful sun over the hill now, yeah. I've been looking around, and it seems that I found the sky is no longer gray. Gonna be a new day, yeah. A new day is coming. The sun over the hill. Your head and sing, let your voices ring. We have joy, we have joy. My path is brighter than ever, yeah. My mind is determined and strong. Though my path is not smooth, I'm determined to move. Not much longer, I pray. Gonna be a new day, yeah. A new day's coming. The sun over the hill. Lift your head and sing. Let your voices ring. We have joy. Have joy. Sometimes you hold on to a hope that's gone. Here a gift is, you've been lifted. Sometimes I can't see the light in front of me. Now it shines so bright.